To be dripping my this whole nother level shot.
From amidst the city's 7+ hills, welcome to Paycor Stadium in Cincinnati, Ohio. Tonight, a fun one on tap for us. It's the Atlanta Falcons and the Cincinnati Bengals. Here's the punt of Bradley Pinion to get this one going. And away we go in Cincinnati. Samaje Perine on the return. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25-yard line. So here come the Bengals, ready for their opening drive. And leading them out is a Washington product who's fought to stick around the league since going undrafted back in 2019. It's Jake Browning.
Kate, if there's an adjective to describe Jake Browning's career in the NFL, I think I'd have to say grit. He's been on practice squads. He's bounced around different teams and different systems. He waited a half-decade in this league, persevered before he got his shot, and he made the most of it. And people on Montlake will tell you, well, just like they said in Folsom when he was in high school in California, he may not throw it the farthest or the hardest, but he has such tremendous command of the football.
Running here, it's Thomas Brooks. And he's going to manage a lone yard on that drive up the gut. Braylon Trice there to meet him.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
From the shotgun, here's Browning. Finds him over the middle. And he'll get this up to his own 44. DeMarco Helms there on the stop.
That's not a big completion on a stat sheet, but that's a big contested, what I call gritty catch right there. And that's what the best tight ends will get you.
Falcons going nickel, third down. Browning from the gun. Has it downfield, working the left. And he takes it down to the 33. They get 23 on that one. And a fresh set of downs for Cincinnati.
First down. First and 10 at the 33-yard line.
The numbers are pretty clear, Kate. You get explosive plays. Those explosive plays on drives lead to points. You can't ask for a better start offensively.
First down now, ball at the 33. Tight end going in motion here. First give of the game here to Chase Brown. And he works it inside the 30. That's a gain of 7.
Every offense in this league is looking for a back who can be an athlete and a bruiser at the same time. You feel lucky if you got one. Someone who can, well, eat up space when the lanes are open, and deliver a little punishment to stretch plays when that tackler tries to meet him in the hole.
Nice run last play. Sets up 2nd and 2. From the gun, a give to Brooks. Excellent play defensively as they get to him behind the line. That's going to bring up 3rd down. A great call in a short yardage situation right there, Brock, and that was exactly the type of front that defense needed to have.
Yeah, I agree with you. I love the X's and O's of it, and then even more, the guys going out there and executing it, pulling the trigger to create that loss.
Shotgun now on 3rd down. Completed over the middle. And they get this down to the 12-yard line before being stopped. The end result there, 15 yards and a first.
If they get a handful of these types of plays per game, pass game coordinator is going to be one happy camper.
First and 10 at the 12-yard line.
Coming to the line for another 1st and 10. From the red zone now. And this time they're going to get to him before he can get that pass away as he goes down. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Oftentimes, these early exchanges are just a feeling out process for rushers and blockers. But they can also set the tone for the battles the rest of the game, and that defender, you know, with an early win, he's feeling really good about himself.
So after the sack, here comes 2nd and 11. Man in motion here. To the air, Browning. This one's caught. And they bring him down at the 7-yard line.
I feel so bad, I really do. And I don't mean this sarcastically, Kate. I feel bad for these guys in coverage. I don't know how you defend some of these players today, because they get that drag route, they get one step inside of you. Well, there's very little you can do other than make the tackle.
3rd down from the gun. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Well, he's been perfect to that point on the drive, Brock. First time we've seen this coverage force him into a misstep in a while.
I know you hear me talk all the time, Kate, about the rhythm of an offense, right?
Yep.
And I look at it through those optics so much. But it's the same thing defensively. You've got to get a stop, see the ball hit the ground to knock them out of that rhythm.
McPherson's kick is good. And our game starts with a field goal on the opening drive.
With how well they were eating up yards and first downs, you know that kicker wanted to come out for a PAT, but he'll take a field goal, and he'll take 3.
Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. Here's Carter on the return. And this drive will start inside the 25. So out head the Falcons for their first possession. And we'll take a glance at their 7th-year QB.
Don't think for a second, Kate, he hasn't heard the noise. Read the comments from the keyboard warriors who say they just want somebody else leading this team. But let me let you in on a little secret. Those criticisms, they can fuel quarterbacks. Make that chip on the shoulder even bigger to prove people wrong and to show I really do belong in this league.
Not on the same page with his tight end. So 2nd down coming up.
You know exactly what he's thinking. Hopefully next time it's a little bit easier. The degree of difficulty on that one high. Throwing to double coverage, odds are against you.
Receiver in motion, he's headed right. They run it, it's the rookie out of Michigan State. Now that's not what the offense dialed up. They stick him for a loss. It's going to be 3rd down.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
Let's see what they went with on 3rd down. Third and long for him here. He's going to run for it. Well, 3rd and 15, you don't see many of those picked up, partner, but they found a way.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a first down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
First down, play action. Oh, he's keeping it again.
The positive of that effort, he didn't go backwards, didn't have a negative play. If it was a negative, you didn't get a whole lot done with your legs. Got to be more efficient now on 2nd down.
This is 2nd and 6 coming up. Carter here from the gun. He takes this up to around the 46, and that's going to leave him a yard at most from that marker on 3rd down.
A humble 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
3rd down, 1 yard to go. He tries to sneak it. They're loaded and ready for that sneak, weren't they? They stop him at the line. No gain.
It's a gain of a yard.
Everybody understood the assignment right there. For one guy, the quarterback, get the snap and make the marker. For the other 10, drive like mad, push like crazy, and create that space for the first.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 47. Now an inside give to Carter. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. And it's 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of the defense.
Changing things up, they're going to throw now. He'll try and run this. He wisely avoids contact, sliding down there, and that played good enough for a first.
16 yards.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide at practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play, and denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
Carter up the middle. And they're going to have 1st and goal as he gets this down to the 4.
It is just so hard, Kate, to get these chunk explosive runs. But what it does now is it especially sets the table in prime scoring position.
Might be able to start their game with a score here, Brock. This is 1st and goal. Algier! And they sent it straight ahead, but the front stops him after a gain of 3.
Okay, all right. There's a little progress on 1st and goal. You keep it safe, you push a little closer, and now you're set up for what you want to do on 2nd down.
Now it's 2nd and goal from the 1. This is Carter, and he's in for the touchdown. The Falcons pull ahead 6-3 in the first. Well, this coaching staff has got to be a happy partner. A calm and calculated opening drive. Really impressed with the score, how they controlled the football, and they played at their own pace.
Yeah, it's one of those drives that just pays dividends. I know it's the opening drive, but you're just taking some of the starch out of that defense and putting some doubt in their mind. Like, man, they just methodically shoved it right down our throat.
Zane Gonzalez on for the point after try. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Falcons won up the opposing field goal. They start with 7 on their opening drive. Now we see after that play, one of the Falcons having some trouble out there. They'll head out to look at him. Out to kick it away, here's Pinion. On the return, this is Piron. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Bengals all set to go for their 2nd drive. And the last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. Cincinnati into formation. It's 1st and 10. Throwing is Browning. They set up the screen. Brooks. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in.
It's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for in 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
Offense is set. This is 2nd and 2. Now it's Browning. Short pass brought in. He's going to be taken down here after he takes it to the 45. They get an even 10 on that play. And the Bengals have a 1st down.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
Let's see how they attack this 1st down, partner, from the 45. They go play fake with Browning. That's grabbed inside the 30. And they're going to keep moving forward, Brock, down inside the opposing 30. How about 29 yards on that play, partner, as they get the chains reset.
The analytics will tell you a handful of these kind of plays per game, and your odds per drive of scoring go way up.
And keep this drive moving, partner. Here's another 1st and 10. Brown quick on the draw here. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play. And it's not just your quarterbacks, Brock Huard, who got to have short memories. You tell me this too, defenses need them sometime as well.
Yeah, 100%. You give up a big run, well, too bad. No time to dwell on it because you got to line up, buckle up that chin strap, and try to knock them backwards.
Here's Browning now. To the sideline it goes. He's got it beyond the marker. It looks like he stayed in as well. Big gain, 14 on the play. And a fresh set of downs for Cincinnati.
It was such a privilege for me to watch Marvin Harrison and Reggie Wayne in person in Indianapolis do their work. Darrell Jackson out in Seattle. They showed how great a deep out is as a chain-moving play. It's all about getting that leverage at the top of the route and then exploiting the leverage as that ball arrives on time downfield.
And this one stopped at the 3-yard line.
And if you've heard me say it once, you've heard me say it 100 times. Completions, completions, completions. Well, that wasn't a pass. It was a scramble. But Annette's the same thing, keeping this offense on schedule.
Options are open here. It's 2nd and inches. Shotgun handoff to Brooks. And he's going to be knocked backwards. This loses yards to the 7.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. 2nd and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical 3rd down.
Good moving drive, but it could stall out here. We've got 3rd and 4. Browning. The shot to the end zone is incomplete. Thought he had a touchdown there. And 4th and 4 coming up.
That's going to be a play tomorrow. When they watch it on tape, they're going to be kicking themselves a bit. Okay, you get man-to-man coverage down in the red zone, you got to take advantage of it. It's hard. Zone coverage and the windows are so tight. You get man, you got to find a way to win.
McPherson's kick is good. And that cuts the lead back down to a lone point.
Okay, one of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm. And no better way to feel good than get into that rhythm and start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. On the return, here's D. Alford. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line. And we're going to have to pause here. An injured Bengals still out there and being looked at now. Starting out with an empty backfield, Brock. Here they come. 1st and 10. This play's a design run. Call it 7 yards, and now they'll have 2nd down and 3.
That run may not have gotten you a first, but sure, nice little run to set the table.
Last run got him 7. Here comes 2nd and 3. To throw, stick. He's keeping it again. And he slides down with enough to pick up that first.
A gain of 9 yards.
You know, before the snap, you know, right before the snap, you may have to take off if the read isn't there. That was a great adjustment, made it the perfect time for the 1st down.
1st down from the 42. Shotgun handoff to Carter. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that 1st down run.
Sometimes just feel like in the background of every ho-hum run is a bigger play that just needed one more component. Hit that extra block a little longer, find the lane quicker. The defender may be a half step late. This could have been much, much more exciting.
Throwing off the play fake. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And he's stopped as he gets this one down to the 27-yard line. And before they can break the huddle, we've hit the end of our 1st quarter. 7-6 is our score. We're back to Paycor Stadium right after this. Back for our 2nd quarter. It's Falcons football. They're looking at yet another 1st and 10 on this drive. Here's Stick. We've got a screen to the running back. He's got his guys into the red zone before someone can force him out. It's a gain of 12 on that one, and that is good enough for Atlanta 1st down.
At that down and distance, this group was pretty confident the screen would get them enough yards for the first, and it did. And so long as it keeps working like that, I bet you it'll be a go-to play for them when they need it the next time.
Here's Carter on the carry. And good forward, about 5 yards looks like. It's 2nd down now.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
1st down run gets him 6, so now it is 2nd and 4. They run it again with Carter. Nothing doing on the draw block. That's going to send him backwards ahead of 3rd down.
What was supposed to move the chains, or at least make 3rd down easier to handle instead, did the exact opposite here, Kate. Now makes this 3rd down a whole lot trickier to figure out.
This 8-play drive might be on its last legs here, partners. They try to figure out this 3rd and 7. They motion the tight end over. 3rd and long. They're going to throw. Thinking touchdown, but they will not get it. That's incomplete. And maybe worse, Brock. It's going to bring up 4th down. Tough to blame him for that drop, Brock. Even if it would have been a touchdown, that was a great effort defensively, timing that hit, keeping them from hitting the end zone.
Reaction and burst. You get in the red zone defensively, you'll hear it all the time. You cannot wait. You've got to react. And then you got to burst. And that defender does a tremendous job of breaking that pass up with contact. That's the type of long, sustained drive that takes some of the starch out of your opponent. The only negative is that the kicking team was out there for a field goal and not an extra point. But they do come away with 3.
Out to kick it away, here's Pinion. Here's Charlie Jones with the return. He stopped on the run back at the 27. Here come the Bengals to take over once again. They managed 3 on their last drive, but down inside the red zone, disappointing not to come away with a touchdown. Bengals getting set, Brock. Here comes 1st and 10. Play fake, Browning. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And nice work by the defense to start this drive out. It's a sack on the 1st play.
You're going to go play action, Kate. You've got to sell, sell, sell. If you don't convince that defense you're running it, or if it's a situation where you never run the ball, you really do leave your quarterback dead in the water, vulnerable against a defense who will storm right past that fake and right into that pocket.
After the sack, could really use a big play here on 2nd down. It's 2nd and 15. Looking to throw, Browning. Quick slant, that's Williams. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped.
Boy, they sure found the right route at the right time to hit the soft spot in that coverage. And that slant, it goes for big yardage.
Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. From the shotgun, here's Browning. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
That one really stings, Kate, because you want to convert there and not only keep this drive going for points, but because now you're giving your opponent a chance to go pad that lead before halftime. That's a no-no.
So on 4th down, Bengals calling on Ryan Rico for the punt. D. Alford deep for the Falcons. Fields this at the 19. They found some space to do a little damage there before they bottle him up. Here's the Falcon offense headed out. And they were able to contribute 3 points to the lead their last time out. Another chance to build on that advantage here. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Running right, this is Carter. And he stopped quickly here. 2 yards on the play. We've got 2nd and 8.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on 2nd.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. Stick set to pass. Bengals get to him and take him down. And that pushes him back. Third down coming up.
This is a time where you get in that huddle and you just look at one another and say, hey, let's get back in rhythm. Get back in rhythm. Get something good to feel good about. Sure, you'd love to get the first down, but more than anything, just find a positive play after a huge sack.
This offense looking to convert as they come up on third down. Here he goes, third and long. Again, he's under pressure, and he goes down. And a couple of really good plays, Brock, made back-to-back behind the line to bring up fourth down.
When we think about safeties, I mean, it's just right in the name, right? The safety is the last line of protection in the passing game. We don't think of them as blitzers. But, Kate, let me tell you, for a safety blitz to get home, they got to be great disguisers. They can't show that blitz early. That safety didn't, and the quarterback took the brunt of the contact.
So with the Falcons set to punt on fourth, on comes Bradley Pinion. Charlie Jones on the Bengals return. Ball taken in at the 36. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. So now here comes the Bengals on offense. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. Good starting field position awaits the Bengals as they get set for first and 10. Brought in left side by Jones. And he's tackled for a short gain.
A gain of 2 brings up second and 8 at the 44-yard line.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. Browning from the gun. Finds him over the middle. Into enemy territory and a yard at most from the first. That brings up third down.
It takes a certain level of fearlessness, craziness to work over the middle of the field in this league. You're fighting through guys as you go, and all the while you know you can take a lick at any time.
Here we go. Goal line formation coming out on 3rd and inches. He's going to keep this one. And he's going to be touchdown as he gets him enough to pick up the first down.
That's more than a must-get for a quarterback. I really put that in the always-get territory. Even if the defense knows what's coming, you got to be able to drive forward for at least a couple inches.
A first down carry for Brown. That run good for a handful as it brings up second down.
Fans love the long ball in baseball. It's like they got the home run derby, but you know what? Talk to managers and they will tell you small ball can win too. Singles and doubles, you add them up, you could win a lot of baseball games. Football coaches will tell you, you get runs of that length, it may not be a home run, it may not score points, but it can do some serious damage.
Back to throw, Browning. Completed over the middle. And they bring him down around the 34. Call it 7 yards on the play, and that's enough for the first down.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
At the 34-yard line.
So they'll head up here, 1st and 10 from the 34. From the gun, a give to Brown. And all he can get is 1 yard, ran that right into the defensive front.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Last run, not a lot of help, Brock. 9 to go now on second down. To the air, Browning. Has him on the quick hitter. And this one doesn't go far.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
This is going to be play number 8 of this drive as they set up for 3rd and 5. Here's Browning. He's trying to lay this one in deep down the right side. Well, they had the look, certainly didn't shy away from it, but couldn't connect. And now they're stuck facing fourth down. So they take their shot for the end zone, Brock, rather than focusing on that first down marker. And now they've got a decision to make.
Yeah, I think with that incompletion, they've made the decision. You better send that field goal team on. They took their shot. They just couldn't finish it.
A 46-yard attempt.
McPherson's kick is good. And that cuts the lead back down to a lower point.
Give him the first half trifecta. He's 3 for 3 on field goals. And as much as they'd like 6 points to end drives, not 3, they can at least be happy they're getting consistent looks inside field goal range. He's delivering.
Things trim back down to a single point, Brock, as they send this off and away. Alford now to return it. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20. The Falcons back out on offense. They're running back headed out once again. Their last drive didn't make it very far before they had to punt it away, partner. So hopefully this one has some better legs to it. Falcons getting ready. Here comes 1st and 10. Now here's Stick. That one falls to the turf. Couldn't hang on. It's incomplete. Looking for his wide receiver there. So it's 2nd down coming up.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
Here's 2nd and 10 from the 21. To throw his Stick. And the cover just too good there. Didn't find the throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. 3rd down coming up.
Everybody wants to play quarterback until a play like that. Almost no resistance off the ball and the defense ready to maul you. It was all he could do to get rid of it before he gets just clocked.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. They'll throw 3rd and long. He's making a bid for it. He wisely avoids contact, sliding down there. That played good enough for a first.
And the Falcons, first down. 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
So 1st down from the 41. Running it with Carter. And they're all the way across midfield before he's brought down. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
Danger, danger, I say. You get this guy in the open field, and he is dangerous to take it to the house.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 47. Carter again. And a nice start here on 1st down. He gets him 6 before the stop is made.
That result right there is why coaches all across all levels of football on defense talk about good, solid tackling, Kate. It's not just to hear themselves talk. It's to make sure that when you can bring a guy down, you're able to, and keep them from piling on those yards.
Now Carter. And they bring him down around the 34. He gets 6 on that play. And that's a Falcon 1st down.
Well, looky here. You don't even have to worry now about a 3rd down call as that run moves the sticks. Now that call you had ready, though, you can recycle it. Save it for later for that next 3rd down coming.
So they'll head up here 1st and 10 from the 34. Line up the design keeper. They'll cobble together a yard there. That stop made by Barrett Carter.
I can promise you that's not what it looked like on the practice field nor on the whiteboard. Typically, QB run is going to net you a whole lot more yardage than that. But let's give some credit. Strong effort by that defensive front who contained a play that typically goes for a whole lot more.
Throwing from the gun. And this one won't be caught, but we got a flag here. Looked like there may have been some early contact before that throw arrived. He got too aggressive to try and stop that play, and they tag him for pass interference. They'll run here following the penalty. And that's only 1 yard up the middle. Gonna be 2nd down.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Following that little 2-yard run, it's 2nd and 8. This time it's a passing play. Looking right, and he finds it. And they're going to have 1st and goal, Gronk, as he gets out of bounds right around the 9.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap 1st down.
Might be trying to power this across, Brock. They've got 3 tight ends out there. It's 1st and goal. And off here for Carter. And into a sea of bodies he goes. Looks like they'll get about 3 out of it.
That sure looks like a terrific call after you dial it up, because the execution was awesome by everybody. You get that kind of run on 1st and goal, it sets the table for more success.
2nd and goal coming up, 5 yards to the end zone. He gets it again. And this is headed the wrong way. He's closed in on for a loss. Now we're going to have a break in the action. One of the Bengals in some pain. They're going to go out to look at him. This is 3rd and goal. They're backed up to the 9. Third and long for him here. And he has the catch. Gets both feet in. That's a touchdown. The Falcons grow the lead to 7. Wow, just fantastic work there. Tiptoeing along the back line. The concentration was there. Great catch for 6.
Yeah, the concentration and the body control. I don't know how these receivers do it in this day and age. There's no space to work with, yet they have such an awareness to secure it first, to tap dance the line, and go get that touchdown.
Gonzalez now for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Falcons grow their lead to 8. Out to kick it away, here's Pinion. On the return, here's Jones. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. Out comes the offense for the Bengals. And they settled for a field goal on their last series, so points are a positive, but they'll look to upgrade to a touchdown here. Cincinnati into formation. It's 1st and 10. They go play fake with Browning. He's keeping it.
You know, Kate, they always say that QB clock, you know what it's more like? It's more like an alarm, especially in a situation like that. And it's a good thing you woke up to it, able to make something out of nothing and at least keep them moving forward.
5 still to go here. This is 2nd down. Motioning one of the tight ends. Give on 2nd, it's Brown. And this is headed the wrong way. They're going to lose yards here, and it's going to bring up 3rd down. They'll air it out on 3rd. He's got Jones for the completion. And he's all the way across midfield, down inside that 45-yard line. How about 29 yards on that play, partner, as they get the chains reset.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him, only to drop your hips, cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
1st down throw. Here's Browning. He puts some air under it, deep down the left. And he's got it. Touchdown, Cincinnati. The Bengals earn the chance to tie it before halftime.
There's a good chance he wasn't even looking when that ball was released, but the crowd, well, the crowd let him know exactly what was going on. He could feel the swell of excitement whenever they take a deep shot. It's only going to get louder now as they were able to connect.
McPherson on to try the extra point. And he hits the extra points. Wasn't surprised they wouldn't go for two in the tie, but at least he made it, so the lead falls to a single point.
16.
Things trim back down to a single point, Brock, as they send this off and away. Here's Carter on the return. This makes it up to the 25. The Falcons and quarterback Easton Stick set to go back on offense here. And while they've worried about his arm a little bit early, he's been happy to get some yards on the ground, looking like an effective dual threat thus far. Atlanta about ready to go now. 1st and 10. Beginning on the ground with Algier. And he manages 6 yards to begin this one. We've got 2nd and 4.
That is just a great drive starter. What every offense wants. Gives you a little bit of energy, a little juice, and now a really manageable 2nd down.
2nd and 3 now. Algier gets it on the counter. Ooh, they're on that one. 2nd down's going to end up in a loss of yards. The Falcons spend the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
9-yard line.
Third and 6 for them to figure out now. To the air on 3rd and long. He's going to try to drop it in deep right. And he swats that deep shot away, but he better not celebrate just yet. Looks like his contact drew a flag. They may still get this yardage. So after the call, defense in a much different spot. Instead of forcing a 4th down, it's back to 1st. They'll send him over right. Running it after the penalty. And they're going to be humbled here on 1st down. Going to wind up losing yards on this play. Man, some of these middle backers are so impressive these days, Brock. No problems at all for him to range downhill and cut that play down behind the line.
Kind of the calling card of the position played today. They're not as big as they once were, but boy, can they run. As you said, whether it's downhill or sideline to sideline like that.
Stick will look to throw. Short pass brought in. And that will not be enough for a 1st down. Timeout called by Atlanta. That's going to be at 2nd. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. About set. This is 3rd and 5. To throw, Stick. Making the call himself. And he slides down with enough to pick up that 1st.
A 7-yard gain. And the Falcons 1st down.
Now just before the break, a timeout taken by the offense. And they can try for some points going into the break. Time left for one more snap, Brock, so they're going to run out their field goal unit. This from 40 on the right hash. The kick by Gonzalez is good. And that'll push their lead to 4.
We know that most of these coaches really don't crack that big smile until they get that W with 60 minutes over, but I see a little sly smile on that coach's face because that's terrific execution. You work those situations to pay them off with points. They did just that.
So we'll see if it's a kick return that ends our half, or if we get a play from scrimmage, as this one's away. So it's a touchback on the kickoff, and we're going to get one final snap here in the half.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Looking to throw. He's going to loft one deep to the left. His final shot of the half will not connect. That falls incomplete. No time remaining in our 1st half.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to the downtown Orlando studios. Scott Hansen and crew with you for a short and sweet halftime, as this game's had a little bit of everything to it. We'll find out which side can establish some tempo in the third quarter as we're ready to kick off the second half. Back out to our commentary team, Kate Scott and Brock Hewer.
Big thank you to our guy Scott Hansen and the gang down in Orlando. Got a close one.